Lovely podcast. Are we gonna jump in on my podcast? A lovely podcast. Are we gonna jump in on my
Welcome to Lovely Podcast, the show where we explore the complexities of relationships and help you navigate the ups and downs of love. I'm your host, Leah, and today we're playing a game of Love or Lie. And for those who don't know what it is, I'll explain. The game of Love or Lie is typically a fun and interactive activity where participants share stories, facts, or statements about themselves or others, and the other players have to guess whether each statement is true, love, or false, lie. It's often played as an icebreaker or a way to get to know people better. The challenge lies in making the lies convincing enough to seem true, and the truths interesting enough to spark curiosity. In this episode, I'll be presenting 3 real-life relationship scenarios. Together, we'll explore whether these situations are genuine expressions of love or cleverly crafted lies. Let's dive right in. Our first scenario features Emily and Ryan. They've been dating for 6 months, and at first, everything seemed perfect. Ryan is charming, attentive, and often surprises Emily with romantic gestures. However, there's a catch. Ryan only tends to make these grand gestures when it's convenient for him. For instance, last month, Ryan surprised Emily with a beautiful bouquet of flowers and a candlelit dinner. Emily was thrilled, feeling cherished and adored. But then, just a week later, when Emily had planned a special weekend getaway for the two of them, Ryan suddenly cancelled, saying he had to work late and needed to catch up on projects. Emily felt disappointed, but tried to be understanding. However, this pattern continued. Whenever Emily planned something special, Ryan seemed to have a last-minute excuse. And yet, he would frequently post on social media about his outings with friends. Slowly, Emily began to feel as though her needs were secondary to Ryan's, and she started questioning her worth. Was Ryan's behaviour a sign of deep love, or was it a tactic to keep her emotionally invested while prioritising his own convenience? After analysing Emily and Ryan's situation, it becomes clear that Ryan's behaviour indicates manipulation rather than genuine love. While grand gestures can be romantic, the inconsistency and self-serving nature of Ryan's actions are concerning. Emily's feelings of inadequacy stem from Ryan's inability to prioritise their relationship equally. This pattern of intermittent affection creates uncertainty and can lead to emotional dependency, which is not a healthy foundation for love. In a healthy relationship, both partners should feel valued and respected. Emily deserves someone who actively participates in creating shared experiences, rather than someone who only engages when it suits him. Our second scenario revolves around David and Sarah, who have been in a committed relationship for 3 years. Recently, Sarah has noticed some troubling behaviour from David. He frequently checks his phone and responds to texts from an unknown number, insisting it's just a co-worker who needs assistance with a project. At first, Sarah tried to trust David, but as time went on, her suspicions grew. David's phone habits began to seem secretive. Whenever Sarah asked about the messages, David brushed her off, claiming she was being paranoid. He would say things like, "You know, I would never cheat on you." But his defensiveness only heightened Sarah's anxiety. One night, when Sarah accidentally glimpsed a message pop up on David's phone, it was from someone named Emma, and it read, "Can't wait to see you tomorrow." Sarah's heart raced. She confronted David, but he laughed it off, claiming it was just a casual dinner with friends from work. Despite his reassurances, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that David was hiding something. She found herself caught in a web of doubt and confusion, questioning her own instincts about their relationship. Analysing David's behaviour reveals a classic case of potential emotional infidelity masked by gaslighting. By downplaying Sarah's feelings and insisting that she's being irrational, David is manipulating the situation to maintain control. When a partner becomes secretive about their phone and dismisses legitimate concerns, it raises serious trust issues. Sarah's instincts are telling her something is off, and it's essential to listen to those inner feelings. Healthy relationships are built on transparency and trust. If David truly cares for Sarah, he would willingly address her concerns and provide reassurance rather than deflecting or belittling her feelings. Our final scenario features Michael and Rachel, who have been together for 2 years. Initially, their relationship seemed strong, but over time, Michael's behaviour has taken a troubling turn. He has started to display controlling tendencies that leave Rachel feeling suffocated. Michael frequently expresses disappointment whenever Rachel makes choices that differ from his preferences. For example, when Rachel decided to spend time with her friends one weekend, Michael sulked and refused to engage with her until she apologised. He often utilises guilt as a weapon, making Rachel feel as though she's letting him down whenever she doesn't meet his expectations. Rachel begins to feel like she is constantly walking on eggshells, trying to keep Michael happy. When she suggests activities or plans that she enjoys, Michael tends to dismiss them, stating that they are not fun or not what they should be doing. If Rachel pushes the issue, Michael responds with anger or passive-aggressive behaviour, leading Rachel to feel guilty for wanting to assert her own desires. This dynamic has left Rachel feeling trapped. She starts to question if her feelings are valid or if she is being selfish for wanting time with her friends or to engage in activities she loves. Over time, the emotional burden weighs heavily on her, and she begins to feel as though she's lost herself in the relationship. Rachel wonders if Michael's behaviour stems from love, or if it's an attempt to control her. She feels increasingly isolated, unsure of how to communicate her frustrations without triggering another emotional outburst from him. Upon examining Michael's behaviour, it becomes evident that he is using emotional manipulation to maintain control over Rachel. His tactics of guilt and anger serve to undermine her confidence and autonomy, making it difficult for her to voice her own needs. In a healthy relationship, both partners should feel free to express themselves without fear of retaliation or emotional backlash. Michael's behaviour is a clear indication of emotional abuse, as he is prioritising his own needs over Rachel's well-being. Rachel deserves a relationship where she feels cherished and supported, not controlled or belittled. It's essential for her to recognise these toxic patterns and seek the courage to address them head-on. And that concludes today's episode of Love or Lie. We've explored 3 different relationship scenarios, each highlighting the complexities of love and manipulation. It's crucial to recognise the signs of unhealthy dynamics in relationships, whether it's grand gestures that mask manipulation, secretive behaviour that breeds distrust, or controlling actions that stifle individuality. Remember, love should empower you, not diminish you. Trust your instincts, communicate openly, and don't hesitate to seek help if you find yourself in a challenging situation. Thank you for joining me today on Lovely Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode and want to hear more, be sure to subscribe and follow us for updates on future episodes. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.